it's Dale here. Last week I was talking to you about painting up or tissues and things like that for collage, which is what I do, but I'll just come back and show you some of the different papers I use. So this one you can hear, that's tissue paper. I have a big sheet of it, it's a very tissue paper, it's not a cheap one, but it will easily tear and break down. Then I use what's called Abaca paper or tissue text, which you'll see if you lay it over top of things, it layers. Tissue text doesn't layer very well, even though it's a light one. And then as well as that, I've used paper napkins, and this is one that I sprayed last time that I was talking about, and how it just adds to it. So that's a simple paper napkin. Remembering when you use a paper napkin that you want to take the top layer off, because if you just work on the bottom, all three layers, it'll simply peel off when you finish to lift off. And the other sort of paper that I do use quite often is rice paper. Rice paper is quite interesting. You can see it's very fibrous, so you can see the fibres in it. And they come, you know, all sorts of rice paper around. We do sell it. It's a lot thicker, and it's been layered in here, but I just tear out what I want to find and keep them all, because usually they have all sorts of components. This one's quite an interesting one with lots of different stitch and words and the stones which I was after. Then having done that, I painted them with Lumiere paints, and I sprayed them, or one or the other, and I used stencils for rubbings, and often I also stamp on them with letters and different things that pertain to whatever it is that I'm doing. And when I've got them all dry, some of them are not dry and they're all sorts of different colours on top, it just depends, and you can find little bits and pieces. And then I will just take my matte medium, and you can use PVA, but I seem to have lost that, and then just paint the medium on the surface, and just to do some collage. Then just tear up a few bits and pieces, and I won't do heaps, but just bits and pieces, put them down, put the medium again on the top. You can see that's tissue text or Abaca paper because it's got a layer to it. And then I might add a bit of my paper napkin. It's very wet here today, so I think this medium's quite moist for it, but that's okay, it'll dry. And then I will take another little piece that I have. So I just keep all these pieces, and I keep all the shreds. You can see the Abaca paper is fibrous, you can see the edge of it. And so it's from a tree, it's not just rubbish paper like most tissue paper is, and it layers on top of the other one. I'll just come back and find, I've got so many bits and pieces. This is another big paper napkin, it's got writing on it, and we'll put that one down on there. So this is what I do, I just build up layers and layers, and that's all I'll do for the moment, just to show you what I've done. This is one that I have made this morning. That's just tearing the pieces down, popping them onto a surface, and then I'll just put the lid back on this and put this out of the way. And then I will take my wax crayons. I've got Senneliers, absolutely gorgeous. You can see I've got a huge big collection. Bit obscene, I suppose, really, but you just never know what you might need. And then I might rub all over that. Now when you put those papers down, you see the texture that it creates, and so it's just to rub over the top with a wax crayon or the Sennelia oil pastels, and see what else we can find. When you're looking for something in a hurry, you can never find what you want. And just put some different colours down. Now you've got this collage piece made. Look at that over there. It doesn't matter what was underneath. Because when you're creating your work, you don't want people to look and say, oh yes, she's used that particular table napkin, or she's found that somewhere, because it's not about that. It's about what you do with your work. So that's this one that I've done. That's another one that I have done here, and I have rubbed Sennelia crayons all over the top, and then I might cut it out to tear it up for other things. I'll show you what else I've done. Now that was my piece. This is Cavity Island on the Cavity coast, New Zealand, where we should be today, but we are not. And so this morning I made a little piece based on it. Now, to do that, I also like to stamp on surfaces. So I've auditioned, these are my tiniest little ones, and these some slightly bigger ones, and I just use stays on to put my things on, and I've just stitched it very simply. And in here you won't be able to see, but some of the paper napkin that I was waving around before with the little things on and so on, and I've just stitched it down to create a little memory of somewhere where I hope to be again before too long. Now just another little one last before I go. In my little collages, to show how I might use that, I've used a whole lot of paper napkins, put them down, different ones that I've coloured, paper napkins, tissue paper, tissue text, to create a little by the sea. So I'm trying to find things that go with what I've got. And I'll show you a little more another time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.